I'm recommending you and I go to an event. There's a big event coming up. Tyler P. is hosting a family meeting in his house. I don't know about you, guy, but I would pay to see that. I at least 30, guy. I would throw down at least 30, brother. American and Canadian dollars, because I know that the American dollar is going straight down the shithole.
All right, why don't we be the ticket sellers?
Oh, except we get paid 10% on each ticket.
For?
It's to explain to people that Tyler P is a reincarnated god, dude.
Oh, okay.
Can you fucking imagine the reaction? Can you imagine Can you just imagine?
Not reincarnated God, Cole. Reincarnated his son. And people would immediately scrutinize me for it, and it's like, yeah, well, I guess it's how Jesus felt. I'm the son of God. You go fuck yourself. Okay. Thanks, Peter.
Peter, he calls him.
How's your desert lawn doing?
Help human life, learn, laugh, and thrive. You're gonna laugh so hard it's gonna make you cry. The knowledge we provide will help you learn and thrive. So stay tuned now for a new episode as we turn off the beats and we start the show.
Here we go.
So we just don't have anything?
Yeah, we don't have anything.
Okay. Well, we just had to restart that because Tyler fucked it up somehow. Wasn't recording. We had some golden material. So anyway, welcome to 2017. How you all doing?
I'm resolving my resolutions as always.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the audience to respond, dude. It didn't really work that well the second time around. How you guys doing?
Oh, good. I mean, I don't feel any different. It's 2017, and
dude, new year, new you. You gotta feel different. It's a different year.
I still have to wake up to go to work every day. Still got my ups and downs. Still got my good days and my bad days. It's just
because there's a 7 on the calendar instead of a 6 now, dude. It's a new you.
I know. My life has changed a lot.
New you.
Especially in the span of that 24 hours. Oh, yes.
Because that 6 changed to a 7, ladies are ready to find new love.
Absolutely.
What else, gentlemen? What else is going to happen?
Marriage's too. Somehow the divorce rate's going to go down because of that.
Real quick, guys.
Yeah?
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, yes. I'm Colby.
You know who I am.
The gentleman to my left.
They don't. You're a fucking nobody.
Matt Michael, Tyler P's right here. Figured I'd introduce him.
Yeah,
Move this
thank
thing
you.
forward.
New you, Cole. That's where we're going with this.
This is where we're going with this. Well, I'm still 28. I still get my good days, my bad days. It ain't any different because there's an extra digit in the calendar.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, I guess, in a sarcastic tone.
I noticed that.
If y'all didn't get that.
I feel like we're reading from the same sheet of music here.
I don't really know where I was going with that now. I lost my train of thought.
A lot of people are waiting for the calendar to switch than to actually act and do stuff now. If you listen to our goal-setting podcast, which is, 3-4 now ago?
Search goal setting on thehealthhumanlife.com.
Yep. One thing that Matt talks about a lot in his part of that podcast is immediate action is required for you to hit your goals.
Yep, and then I'm going to use an example this past week when I got you to work out. A lot of people give themselves mental excuses, and you don't even realize you're doing it. So, like, for instance, I'm too sore, I'm too tired, I'm just going to do it tomorrow. That's how you don't get to actually doing it. Like, I went and talked to Tyler, and I was like, dude, why? You're sore, I'm sore too, let's go work out. And I got him to work out. So it's like, fighting those mental excuses in your head kind of thing.
No, it was fun, too, because for some reason, I had, this idea that if I can't run, it's not a workout. And then I went with you, and we did weights, and it was awesome.
Every other day, running weights. Best way to do it, especially when you're losing. And you can add stuff like burpees and shit in between. That's what I do when I'm losing fat. I'll do some weightlifting, and then I'll do some sort of body weight cardio type thing.
Yep.
That's
I'm
what
going to be lifting
training
today when Colby goes down to run.
Yeah, and also I think it's about differentiating your routines from time to time because you'll get tired of doing the same workouts over and over again each time. So keeping it entertaining for yourself, keeping it challenging for yourself, definitely a big part of it as well.
Absolutely. So I know we touched on that a ton last time, so we're not going to keep going on that. We have a more entertaining, comedic type thing today. Some stuff serious. I wish I remembered what the hell I said in the last beginning of the podcast because there was something good, and now I forgot what it was. You guys remember?
I'm sure it was good though.
Well, hopefully I'll think of it again.
I'm sure it was informative, if anything.
Whatever, dude. So we're going to talk about respecting everyone and elaborate on that one, please.
We gotta go deeper into it. We're gonna talk about the other topic. What was the other topic? The women and men, how that shit's changed over the years.
Oh, societal changes between men and women.
Okay.
Yep. I for one agree with women's rights. But
course.
it's not going to be completely equal with everything because men are better than women at some things, and women are better than men at some things.
Right.
Especially when it comes to nurturing.
And I also think that that's just nature taking its course, and like the harder like we try to fight against it, like the worse it gets, and the more confused like the roles get between the two sexes.
Well, dude, to me, women are more valuable than men, period. Because they have the ability to fucking bear a child. They have the ability to reproduce. Granted, yeah, you need a man for that, but at the same time, it's like women have the ability to reproduce. That's why, if we all happen to be on the fucking Titanic, and we're all fucking sinking, the women and children get off, and we're all fucked. That's
Exactly.
why that's why it's like that. Because the women and children are more important than the men. With that being said, Bill Burr does this in his comedy act. He says that's why men make more in the workplace than women. Because if we're all on the fucking Titanic, we die with the ship. But when it comes to wages, when it comes to the working environment, there should be no reason why people aren't equal.
So I guess I'm wondering what the point you're trying to get at is.
The point I'm trying to get at is what you said. Women are better than men at some things. Men are better than women at some things.
Yeah, so it's never.
But that's not okay to some people to hear.
It's never going to be like straight down the playing field. It's going to be, men are stronger in some areas, women are stronger than other areas, but we try to keep it as fair as possible, right?
Well, I guess.
As far as wages,
not
I don't know
really-
what else we're talking about. So
I'm not really the judge of what we keep it equal as.
And I also think too, and of course I've mentioned this in previous podcasts, that I read a book called No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert Glover, and he talks about the feminism movement and how the feminism movement really went to a whole different extreme against men bashing and saying how men have no value in this, men have no value in that, and then it turned a lot of guys into weak guys and guys that are afraid to take the lead in relationships, guys that are afraid to take the lead in the workplace. And us, as nature programmed us, is to be leaders.
So he thinks the feminism movement did that?
He thinks that it played a large part because now you have women trying to act like men and vice versa now, because like the roles have been really reversed since that whole movement has happened.
Yeah, but the thing is you look at some of the fucking... God damn it, I lost my fucking train of thought.
You got the audience right into it, and then you just let them down. You let them the fuck down, dude.
Let me think real quick. Fuck! I don't know what the fuck I was going with it. God damn it. We're at a... I got my train of thought, by the way.
I just remembered my point from the last one.
What was your point of the last one?
I'm not gonna interrupt you. Keep going.
Okay, one of us is gonna be fucked, though.
Just go.
I can't let you be fucked, dude. Say your point. Okay, so, but what I'm saying is we're at a point in society where if everyone treated each other as equals and with respect, they wouldn't need a fucking feminist movement or a women's rights movement. They wouldn't need a gay rights movement. They wouldn't, because everyone would be fucking equal.
I mean, a lot of the different religions all have the same message. It's like, treat people how you want to be treated.
Even the religious people, I can't even get over it. It's such a fucking biased thing. Everyone's fucking, that way's wrong and that way's wrong. That's how people think, dude. It's just, I don't get it myself, because it's, at this point, I've seen so many different cultures, I've seen so many different religions, I've seen so many different people's ways that it's not up to you to fucking change their ways.
Yeah, exactly.
United States fucking government, you listening, cocksuckers? Seriously, that's what we do. We do that. The United States goes over to fucking other countries and says, you're going to be a democracy. We're going to kill off your leaders and you're going to be a democracy. Hey, have a good one. Well, guess what? They're not fucking designed for that. They don't want to be a democracy.
I think
I'm
that's
pretty sure
very
they have
true.
other motives besides that.
Oh,
I think
I'm
that's
sure.
what they tell
yeah.
us.
I'm sure, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You know what? It's just, I'm not into that. Can you imagine if everyone fucking respected each other and world peace happened? What the fuck would we do? How would we make our money if we can't build machines that kill people, man?
What would the media do?
Well, eventually,
What
I think
would the
there
media
won't,
do?
there won't be a need for money. Exactly, kind of like Star Trek.
Right.
They find a way. There won't be a need for money. I mean, especially with all these robots taking over these jobs. People look at it as a negative thing, but in reality, it's just going to make us not have to do those shit jobs in the long run.
Right.
It's going to be a tough transition, no doubt
It'll
about
force
that.
us to have to, get more useful skills and do better things with our skills. And, kind of going back to this whole equality thing, I think that, the media makes that much, much worse. Like, they focus on people being against gay rights or against, women's rights or against, all sorts of things like that. And, if people learn to just focus on themselves and not, what the differences they have with, people's religions, I think people would coexist a lot better. And I'm going to follow up on, Tyler's point too. When, countries go to war for things like, religion and stuff like that, or political ideologies, it really sets us back as far as being able to all be on an equal playing field as to how we feel about things. Some very good points touched on.
Before we get too far away from it, the way this will work with having less jobs, less, skill-less jobs is universal basic income, and some other countries are doing that. I wish I could remember which one it was right now. But if everybody had a basic income for doing nothing, it's not like you're making millions of dollars. It's like a basic income that people would have to work if they wanted to make more than that. But it's making sure no one's in poverty, no one's starving. If you're in the process of learning new skills, you have an income to live and thrive off of.
That's what irritates me the most, dude. Is we're willing to go fucking kill other people. Yet there are people that are starving in our country.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no reason. And then having Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or whoever the fuck is running for president go up to the podium and say, yeah, you know what? We spent this in war and we spent that in war. Did anyone address the fact that, dude, for a world power, we suck. For a world power.
$20 trillion in debt, too.
Well, it's not even that.
It's an astronomical number.
It's just the fact that there are people starving in the fucking streets, dude. There are people starving fucking an hour south.
Homeless veterans,
you know what
too.
I mean? Yeah.
All sorts of homeless veterans who gave their life, who can't get health care, but yet we can spend, trillions of dollars in Iraq building a huge embassy, which somebody's going to bomb it one day because nobody wants it there.
So getting back to, Finland and Scotland are both places considering universal basic income. I think Finland is already doing it. Or nope, they're considering it. Both those, and it's gaining traction worldwide is what I'm reading right here.
Well, dude, think about it. If everyone stops killing each other, I know, long shot. If everyone stops going to war, and they say, okay, we're going to take the fucking trillions of dollars and divide that up by everyone that lives in our country. I mean, why? We'd probably all get paid $100,000 a year. But that wouldn't be the basic income, obviously.
Then if it's that much, there's no motivation to work, basically. So you still have to have a motivation to work, but still get enough to survive. You know what I mean?
Right. So basically, this is just a shift in resources, and kind of following up, Tyler saying, I remember years ago, and my grandfather and I were talking about this the other day, is that he was saying something to the effect that when they had first invaded Afghanistan, he was saying how we're paying to fix bridges here, paying to fix bridges there, this, and that. And then the bridge between Kittery and Portsmouth, New Hampshire was lacking funding. And for some odd fucking reason could not be fixed. But yet we have all this money to go overseas and tell, Afghanistan and Iraq that they need to be a democracy, that they need to give women's rights, that they need to do this, and that. And here we are, homeless veterans have, all these mental illnesses. They can't get funding to help.
Oh, yeah, that was one of Trump's major points in his campaign.
Which shouldn't even be legal because, I think that whether if you agree with the wars or not, which I'm completely against the wars.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But at least, support, the people who went there. They come back with, PTSD. They come back with all these mental illnesses. They can't get help, but yet we're going to rebuild all these bridges in countries that don't want us there. That's totally fucking immoral on so many different levels. And when you speak up against it, people act like you're unpatriotic, you're un-American, you're this, you're that, but I don't see how anybody could even stand by that.
I work with those people almost every day.
And a big part of that, and a big part of that is this whole, shift in resources that we're talking about. We have plenty of money to tell people what to do overseas, but we don't seem to have any money to help those people that are on the verge of killing themselves.
And that's the problem, dude. The problem is it's fucking greed, dude. We know the problem because someone's getting that money. When we're spending $40 million to build something that was never built, where is that $40 million going? That's what's fucked up about it. Is someone's getting money, someone's getting paid somewhere. There's gonna be a different way. I'm not saying we're gonna fucking start the revolution here, gentlemen. But
it gets people thinking about these kind of ideas,
right?
Like points and such. Let's shift to a more lighter topic. Girls, you've all heard it. You talk about fuckboys. Guys, you've all heard it. They talk about fuckboys to you. You've probably been accused of being a fuckboy at one point or another. Does anybody know what a fuckboy is?
Good
Colby?
question. Good question, Matt.
I was asking Matt this earlier. I was like, Matt, what is a fucking fuckboy?
All right, well, there's many definitions, dude. And
Please tell me.
This is all a quote, by the way. So, okay, here's some of the definitions of a fuckboy. And I've heard this term before, and I thought it was like the dumbest sounding term I've ever heard in my life.
Oh,
I laughed at it.
And then you get those memes. Fuckboys be like.
I know when I see a fuckboy coming. Well, then bitch go the other way then.
A fuckboy. This is from onlineslangdictionary.com. A male who tries to be something that he knows nothing about. There's one. I'll get the one that's most common between girls. A male who is always fucking something up. A male who tries to do what he sees other people doing but who doesn't know anything about it. Then it gives examples like fuckboy ass n-word. you a fuckboy, exclamation point. That's some, spelled S-U-M, fuckboy shit, exclamation point. Look at that fuckboy. Ain't nothing but fuckboys up in here. You on that fuckboy hoe ass shit. I guess they wanted to put that in a sentence, I guess.
Good grammar in there.
Well, here's one that I feel like girls refer to it as. A male with whom a person has sex, but there is no potential for a closer relationship. Friends with benefits. So girls are saying that they don't do this?
I'm just going to say that.
Because the girl I'm thinking of that used to post about this all the time on my newsfeed is like the epitome of that. And she used to complain about fuckboys. I'm like, what?
Is there fuck girls?
Yeah, oh, we're starting a revolution.
Oh, you know,
Gals?
girls just do it in a different way. The girls that do this, they get in a relationship with you, then they fuck you over.
Yeah,
After
no,
they get what they want.
Oh, God, gentlemen, I apologize. There's already a word for this. It's not fuck girl, it's hoe.
I thought he had enough potential to be my bae. What the fuck is a bae?
That's actually an acronym.
What is it?
It means
I've always wanted this.
It means before anyone else. It's not a
Okay.
short. It's not a short for babe.
I know.
I didn't.
Before anyone else. Okay, let me do this. It still sounds retarded.
No, you do bae. You
Semi.
say bae. If it's
Semi-retarded.
I thought he had enough potential to be my bae, but turns out all he was a fuckboy. A male who oppresses women. He wanted me to go into the kitchen and make him a sandwich. What a fuckboy. Let me keep going here. It's pretty entertaining. A male who is constantly seeking romance and or sexual congress with women. You know he's a fuckboy when he says he's not. You think that fuckboy is going to put a ring on your finger, bitch? Question mark.
oh, that was. I thought there was more to that. I was waiting for more than that.
There was. It was a question mark.
A general insulting form of a dress reference. He's such a fuckboy. Okay.
Even he agrees.
Back up of me, you little fuckboy bitch. Yeah, that's pretty insulting. That douche is a fuckboy. Get yourself a real man. I'm just that bitch's fuckboy, and I'm cool with it. Like, all right, well, that's enough of that, I guess. Fuckboys.
So, is there a fuckboy culture going on in the U.S. of A. right now?
I mean, honestly, it's like I think it's gone from people are very hesitant about relationships now because of all the bullshit that happens. Social media, people cheat, people are insecure. Like people just don't stay committed like they used to in more common terms. There's still some out there, but
I don't understand this. It seems to me that like they're using the term fuckboy as a cop out to distract the fact that there may be a reason why somebody doesn't want to get into a relationship with them.
or they call
Isn't
them,
that kind of a cop out?
or they call a boy a fuckboy, but yet they make the decision to fuck them just as much as the guy does.
Right,
Not
so
really.
basically...
It's like just
right.
because you're fucking someone doesn't mean they're automatically going to be in a fucking loving relationship.
Right. There's this chick on Facebook. He posts these things, and she posts the fucking corniest shit about what guys say to her. And I comment on it almost all the time. And I'm like, this isn't real. And she's like, yeah, dude, this is the
Examples.
These are the texts I get. Let me look it up. These are the texts I get, Tyler. This is real. I get these text messages, and this is why I'm not in a fucking relationship. And she appears. It's the first, I open the app, and it's the first one. Okay, so it's just such a fucking joke, dude. It is. They text her and are like, I just want to cuddle with you. I just want to relax and cuddle. And I'm like, dude, guys don't say that. That's not a guy thing to say. Guys don't text a girl and say, I want to cuddle with you. If there's a guy that says that, he needs to go get fixed up and be a woman.
And be a woman?
And be a woman.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Well, holy shit.
It just comes off as from a male end, we're supposed to be these big, strong, burly guys, and girls say they want, sensitive guys, just want to cuddle and stuff like that. Which obviously, that's cuddling's fine. It's just the way you act. Don't act like a fucking puss. Girls can say they're attracted to it, but in reality, in their what's the word I'm looking for? Subconscious, they're not gonna look at it. They want someone who's strong, who's a leader, who's not gonna be, hanging off their every word or depending on them for shit. So
Right.
it's like,
right.
the guy has to be the leader. If you want to be attracted to women, be a leader.
Right, exactly.
I'll do a later podcast.
I learned this a long time ago because I made those same mistakes at one point. Not like to that extreme, but Oh, I said you didn't punch me, dude.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, I'm busy. You did it on purpose, asshole.
No,
I knew I was fucking distracted.
yeah, and
So for those of you that don't know, Matt says and basically a lot, and so every time he says it this podcast, I'm gonna smack him. It's gonna sound like this. Oh. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit more skin so we can hear the slap. I don't know what the fuck that was, gentlemen.
nice. So in summation, they're basically saying that a fuckboy is somebody that wants to hook up but doesn't want to be in a relationship. Why is it that somebody would just assume that just because you hook up with somebody that they're going to want a relationship
Yeah,
with
that's
you?
what I said, dude.
Why isn't it people who
This
have
is-
more reasonable expectations about it? Because, clearly one is not always mutually exclusive with the other. That's reality.
Correct. However, dude, when there's always this happens every time there's fucking friends with benefits. Every time there's friends with benefits, there's usually someone that's more committed than the other person.
Oh, yeah.
And they end up developing emotional attachment to that other person. So when that person says, no, I don't want a fucking relationship with you, it's fucking devastating to the other person.
But that's where people should communicate beforehand.
I was just gonna say that.
long beforehand. And the thing is, women say that they want a man who's honest, but yet when a man is honest about it and says, well, hey, you know what, I'm just looking to hook up, she's all repelled and offended by this and all this other stuff. And I've met women who are the opposite of that, who do appreciate it, like, if I've been in that situation before. But then there's so many women who are just repulsed by that, even though you're being completely honest about it, which you should do, which is okay.
A lot of girls feel bad about themselves if they just straight up say they're gonna hook up. They like to hook up and then say, "Oh, it was an accident. I know we shouldn't have done that."
Yeah,
that
it was
kind of thing.
it's called reverse justification.
Yeah, that's happened a million times. Like that I've witnessed, not just personally, but with other people too.
Well, the thing is, you were talking about how, like, nowadays the relationships.
Before I lose my train of thought, like Colby was saying, it all comes down to honesty. Like, be honest with the person you're talking about exactly what they want. If they want to get mad at you for doing exactly what you were honest about, and they thought you were more committed, that's their problem. But at least you were honest. So
Right. And at that point, like I said, I just think that's where the whole fuckboy thing is really stupid. I mean, I can see if somebody's mad about somebody saying, I want a committed relationship, and then 3 weeks later they don't want anything else other than just hooking up with someone. Like, I can see if somebody's mad about somebody being dishonest, but if somebody's really honest about it and upfront about it, why in the world would you fault that person? Like, you can't fault somebody for being honest.
yeah, just don't be associated with them if you don't want to deal with it. So
Right. Just
I'm
be
all about
honest.
the honesty.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, Matt was talking about, like, the social media and relationships nowadays, and relationships fucking nowadays way different than when our grandfathers were in relationships. Like, Colby, you were like, yeah, well, why aren't you with someone? Why aren't you dating someone? It's like, well, Grandpa, I didn't have my wife selected like you did. It's like, dude, the culture's completely fucking different. Completely different now. Especially
Not
with
all of
social
them
media.
have their wife selected.
I'm making a point. That was how it was at one point in
There
time.
was a lot of that. There was a
So
lot of
that's my point. That's the point I'm making. It's like, it's not... Really, dude?
Thanks, guy.
Really, dude?
He agrees.
You look at some of the relationships back in the day, and I'm not saying that they're extremely, like, if you look at my parents' time, their generation, the only thing that's different is we have cell phones and social media. That's the only thing that's different.
Yeah.
Really.
Societal expectations are a little bit different. But yeah, that gets to the other point. Dating a girl with 7 children and 4 dads. I think you described the scenario last night when we were talking.
No, because I know girls in this situation. Like, they have a kid with a guy. They're dating a guy who they think is awesome. They have an oopsie. Kid comes out.
Which I don't understand why there's no birth control involved in this.
I'm dude. Don't try to stress with the fucking details. So has a kid with him. Come to find out, the guy's a douchebag. Who would have thought? And then they break off.
And the cycle starts again.
Pretty much. Cycle
Yes.
starts again. Has kid with this other guy. That guy's not that great. Oh, finds out he's a fucking abusive dickhead. Who would have thought?
But the pregnancy happens when she's all into him and thinks she's in love and all this stuff. And
Of
I think
course.
this is a very common occurrence, especially in our hometown.
Well, it's not,
Yeah.
dude. It's not. It's all about. This goes way deeper, dude. Because women, especially at our age, dude, 30s to 40s is like their last fucking window of opportunity to have a child. So they're fucking programmed to have a kid. Internally programmed to have a kid. Women. So it's very difficult to not want that.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm on. I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
That's their main purpose in life, dude.
But it's
I
also
hate to break the
about,
news
like,
to you.
It's just, The way I would advise it is you gotta think though, like, is this gonna be? I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought here.
And I think that
No, dude, I know what you're gonna say. You're thinking from a guy's perspective, though. So stop.
And I
because I think the same way. I know, like, why?
It's like it's just not the guy's perspective. It's like, think about it before you do it. How is this gonna result in my life changing? Girls want to keep finding love after they're having kid after kid with different guy after guy. It's like, no one wants to deal with that, and I can't blame them. But it's like, no. If you're gonna do that, know what your consequences are.
And also,
yeah, but
too,
you
like,
get those memes, dude. Those memes that say, like this and share it if you think that you should love that girl's kids just like they're your own. It's like, yeah, I'm not opposing, like, if I meet a girl and she has a kid, I'm not opposing not to not love that kid. Like, obviously, I love that kid. However, if you have 7 children with 4 dads, I don't know if I can love all of them. That's a little much.
That's a lot to take in.
It's a little too much love there.
And I also think too, and I also think too, like, there's this thing out there where some women think that having a baby is just gonna magically solve her problems and make life better and all this other stuff. But the fact is that, you know what? It's not always that way. You just can't have that expectation. And, like, if a woman does have a kid, you know, I'm not opposed to being with her, but she can't just have this expectation of, oh, well, you know, I met this new guy, so I'm gonna put this expectation that he's gonna be the father figure to my kid. It's like,
but dude,
I've experienced this firsthand.
Yeah, and it's like, that's a pretty huge fucking unreasonable expectation to put on someone, and it's not reality a lot of the time. Sometimes it happens.
Tyler, raising your hand over there, please speak.
But Tyler's raising his hand, folks.
No, because some girls are really good with it, though. Some girls are really good with that. Hey, you know, I like you. I don't want to really bring you around my kid right now.
And I respect
I don't want my kid to see us interact as like a lover. I don't want to see that. I want to like take things slow with you, which is fucking fine.
And I respect girls that can do that because that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do.
Not come over and, hey, this is my child. I need to leave the door open so I can see what he's doing, but let's bang it out right now.
Or for instance, this is a real life happening that I personally experienced. I was like, okay, so I slept over at my ex-girlfriend's house there in the morning, or I came early morning, I can't remember. But anyway, she was like, I'm trying to remember how this went down. Just chilling there, I was about ready to leave. I'm like, you know what, I should probably leave because your daughter's gonna wake up soon as dawn, and I'd rather not be here because I haven't met her yet. And then she just like hears her daughter get up. She like keeps me there longer. Then she like hears her daughter get up. I'm like, well, you know, I think I should probably go at this point. She's like, no. Then I'm just like chilling there. She lets her daughter walk in the room. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm just sitting in bed with her. It's like, okay.
And then the daughter's like, which one's this, mommy?
I think she was probably used to it because this girl wasn't the most classy girl in the world. So,
Dude, your voice
come to find out, you know, it's just stupid shit like that. It wasn't cool. I mean, as far as, you know, like, obviously I'm not like a bad guy or negative to the child. Like, I was like, you know, nice to her and all this stuff, and it worked out fine for a while. And I don't think it negatively affected the child's life, but it was still just not like the best thing to do.
That I think that was her attempt to try to get you more deeply involved in her family.
Probably.
Like, it was, okay, my daughter's gonna walk in, see this guy, and immediately view him as the guy I'm with. Yeah. And that's a good start to it. So, I don't know, dude. I'm never gonna understand that. Well, I probably will at some point, but I'm never gonna grasp that from the female perspective.
Asking a guy to be a father of someone else's kid is a big undertaking, and it's something that I think shouldn't be instantaneous or impulsive or an emotional decision. Like, that's a lot to ask of a guy, and not only that too, it's a lot to ask of a child to mentally process that when that man might not be their real father. It's a big fucking deal.
You know what? I've been in this situation multiple times now. It really depends on how much the girl comes off as someone I respect and someone who I respect enough to date, basically. Oh! I knew that was coming.
Okay, go open the door.
I deserve that one.
I was hoping you'd finish it off with you know it, basically.
So I made this point in the last, we were talking about the year and how to define the year and why not to let the media define how 2016 was just so terrible because people died and stuff and they are just saying it's terrible. It's like, it wasn't terrible. Like, there was a lot of positive things that happened in 2016. A lot of people standing up for different things. Like, I mean, I just can't even remember off the top of my head. But what I want you guys to focus on is what happened to you personally positive in 2016. And the point I'm getting at here is focus on the positive, not the negative. Because the more you focus on the negative, the more you're going to attract more negativity into your life. And stuff's just going to stay that way. If you act positive, you're thankful for the positive things that went down, you're going to feel more positive. The media tries to have that opposite effect. They like to keep everybody in fear and feeling negative. That's why I don't watch the news. Don't listen to it. It's not worth it. With all these things going around saying, oh my God, 2016 was just a terrible year. Fuck, all these people died. It's like, shut up. It wasn't. And it's not the year that defines anything. 2016 was fine. Plenty of shit that happened. Good, bad, just like any other year. So stop saying 2016 was so good and 2017 is going to be the greatest year of your life because it's a fucking new year.
There's literally nothing different.
No, there isn't. That's the
Nothing spectacular changes other than fucking people spend a bunch of money in fireworks to launch the fucking New Year fireworks.
If you think about it, your life probably...
All the clubs cost more money to get into. I mean, it's just a fucking money racket. That's all
I went
it is,
out,
dude.
stayed out for like an hour, and then went home. It was fun though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's all it is a fucking... It's a Hallmark holiday. It's just to
And I
make
mean,
more
like,
fucking money.
Goals, missions, and purpose should be a 24-hour thing. It shouldn't be a thing where you just say, okay, well, you know, for this one night, aka New Year's Eve, I'm going to make this resolution that I'm going to forget about next month. It should be a 24-hour day, 7-day thing. Like, you should always be working on yourself. It shouldn't be just a fucking little sprint.
Well, dude, like I said, it's a money racket, dude.
And it is a money racket.
Everyone
Yeah, it is.
signs up at a gym. Fucking in the next 3 days, someone will sign up at a gym. And like 80% of Americans or some shit, and they're gonna go to the gym for like 2 months, and then they're gonna quit.
Right.
And this is how Planet Fitness makes their money, dude. Because no one cancels a $10 a month fucking membership.
I'm in the fitness industry. I know all this.
Yeah.
We
So
get
it's
our
like
busiest time.
you know. So yeah. So it's like. So Planet Fitness makes all their fucking money because people just never return. Oh well, it was $10, so you know when they want to go work out, I got it.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's
Fair point.
So I just don't. I don't know, man.
So it's not like basically what I want to say is don't wait till a new year for a new you. Like people ask me what my New Year's resolution is, and I had to like think for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have a New Year's resolution. I have goals all the time that I have set for myself. When I reach them, I set another one. So it's just a matter of keeping goals going for yourself year round. If you have a goal, and listen to the goal setting podcast, that'll help you a lot. But have a long term goal, but have weekly and daily goals you're gonna do to reach that goal. Have them written down where you can see them. Don't let your brain give yourself mental excuses. You gotta just push past those excuses. So if your brain's telling you, well, I'm too sore to work out, it's like, go work out, do something. Don't let it just keep you from doing that, because it's just, you're gonna keep having those different excuses like, oh, it's too late to work out. It's too early. It's too rainy outside. It's just, you just gotta do it. And that's how it's those little daily decisions that are going to make you successful when you're able to overcome those mental blocks. That's what's going to make a difference. Same with eating.
Right on. Absolutely.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and really, like I said, it really is a lot to do with the media. So a good thing to help is stop watching so much TV.
Big time. Yep.
Get out and
watch positive shows, if anything.
Right.
On demand, comedy, stuff like that. Keep your vibrations up, positive vibrations.
Even listen to some really good podcasts out there. Like Tyler was saying, Bill Burr's got a really good podcast. Joe Rogan's got an amazing podcast.
I personally like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm almost bigger fan of him now with his podcast than I was when he was wrestling, because it's that good.
Nice.
Bill Burr is fucking hilarious.
Nice.
He has this...
And just, you know, listen to something that's going to bring better value to your life, because watching CNN, Fox News, MSNBC is going to just drag you down in the big scheme of things.
And half of it's lies. I hate to be blatant, but yeah, they make a lot of shit up. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, they do.
So you're better off looking for alternative news sources. They're all about making money. They're all about keeping people feeling negative. There's a lot
of money
agenda behind it. Yeah,
there's a lot of money in it.
And people are starting to realize that this is not very far fetched at this point. So it's like, but basically, stay positive. If I were to leave you guys with one message, stay positive in the new year. Work hard towards your goals. Don't feel like things are going to come to you without you putting in the extra effort. You know, with the goals I have, I worked all the time, day and night. When I get home from work, like before work, like it's just, I don't really stop. But I mean, if you really want something, you got to go for it. You can't just sit around watching TV, doing whatever. It's not going to come to you like that. If you say you're going to do something, do it.
Yeah, like fucking all those girls and men. I shouldn't say girls. I should say people in general, men and women both. All they're posting on Facebook saying, "Yeah, 2017 is gonna be my year, dude. I'm gonna find love. Love ain't gonna come knocking on your door while you're in the house watching fucking Fox News at 8 o'clock at night every night. That's not how love's gonna find you, dude.
Be proactive.
So act like Matt says in the fucking Goal podcast. You need immediate action.
Yep, just take action. Don't wait for things. Don't wait for the scenario to be perfect, because I used to do that. You just gotta
do it and
take
figure it out as it
yeah,
goes.
Exactly. So, for instance, the Fit Nutrient Commit podcast is gonna be like a short 5-minute podcast, mostly health information. Like we talk about a lot of different topics on here. That'll be strictly health and information and less, jibber jabber. Even though I enjoy the jibber jabber a lot.
I think a lot of people do.
So
it's pretty genuine.
but that one would be more of like a reference podcast, but it'll be good. So. Anyway, starting that this week. The website's not even done yet. Most of it's done, but I'm starting either way. But in the past, yeah, I do like the logo, yeah. In the past, I would wait till everything was like perfectly done, and then it would just like take forever to get going. So it's like not happening now. So if you guys go to the website, sorry, but I'm gonna start. It might actually mostly be done today, but. So anyway, fitnutriontcommit.com, healthhumorlife.com. Definitely check those both out. There's always exclusive content on there. We got the ebook still up there for free on nutrition that'll help you weight loss, folks. There's also some workouts on there and stuff. And we're going to keep adding to it. So if you're on our email list, you're in communication with us, we'll let you know when there's new episodes and such. Once we get it going, we'll be constantly sending you free stuff. So go sign up, healthhumorlife.com. All you got to do is type your email in, unsubscribe anytime. It helps us better keep in touch with you. Anything else to say, guys?
That was a good one.
Cool. We'll see you guys next week. Next week we are doing one on magnesium, so there will be some good information on this one. Magnesium and anxiety, because they both go hand in hand. So we'll go over the benefits of magnesium, and we'll go over the biggest thing magnesium has helped, at least from my experience, is anxiety.
Yeah, a lot of...
Colby and I both have personal experiences on that.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, and I have one big experience on it.
Do you? Stay tuned next week to find out what Tyler's big experience is.
Yes.
If you enjoyed this podcast or any of our other podcasts, do us a favor and leave us a positive 5-star review on iTunes. Helps us move up the charts and help and entertain more people. See you next time, guys.